works. It's very weird to me when you're playing against so many stuns. Like, that is insane status resist. You catch an RP, the egg, Alina stun, like, it's
fight without your Ravage and they try and go again. It's like they just forgot, right? That Ravage just pops up and absolutely decimates them.
Again, start to think about the way that this could go, this replay coming in. It felt like they just had him so close to being able to do it, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication happening amongst Aster. Whatever the case ended up being, Undying take full advantage, able to
game.
Right.
And it took them 4 minutes, and they had gotten Megas. Like, that is that killer instinct that I do feel at times EG is lacking. So maybe they have an edge in this game as we enter the next draft. We shall see. They certainly didn't seem like they were the inferior team. Just felt like IG, they needed to win fewer fights. Like, even Emo throwing his life away with no buyback. Like, that's a perfect example. You got the Lina kill for free.
Yeah.
And yet you can't get anything out of it. Like that.
Recently throughout, I've got this crit from quote, "Evil geniuses, we play more like Chinese teams than European teams. We like being a stable team that have a system in place. The structure of the Chinese teams is quite strong, and that is something EG draws inspiration from." Do you feel like that kind of speaks to what you're talking about of like getting ahead, getting further ahead, and then just waiting for your opponent to like get desperate and make a mistake walking into you?
Yeah, I totally agree. End of the day, if you want to win TI, you got to play to win. You got to take chances. You got to make moves when they're a high percentage play, but not necessarily guaranteed. And I will say though, a little bit is just maybe hubris. I'm not even sure. Like I said, Crit played phenomenally, but like that last engagement, if you recall, like he got the Wukong, so he didn't beat KB, so he just died. And if they can keep Throne alive for just 5 more seconds, maybe you're going to be able to reset and get another shot. Don't hit egg, so
yeah. And egg hit trees.
Yes.
Monkey
Very
feel
good
bad.
Point.
And they're going to go for the other hero that is really good at breaking trees, Mars,
Indeed.
with the arena, which apparently kills trees not just inside of the arena, but also slightly outside.
And they're both like the egg specifically just instant. It's like, oh, hey, I see Monkey King. Boom, egg.
Yeah.
He's stunned. Like, there's no time to react even for poor Crit. And
5 seconds
we shall see. I would prefer not to see another Bane. I feel like Fly has stepped up so far from what I've seen in this tournament, but he does lean a lot on these lane dominators, the Bane Undying that just don't seem to have too much game impact later on. Like, he had some great sleeps, he got a grip off here and there, but playing that hero 40 minutes plus feels terrible.
Yeah. Do you think some of that is, I mean, like, Fly very traditionally was known for, like, these save heroes, right? Like, back in the day, he was playing 5 Dazzle all the time. I'm not sure when the last time Dazzle was meta. Would agree. I think that is true. But that goes to my point, right? When was the last time that hero was actually seen as a support? I haven't seen any Oracle yet this tournament, right? It's like, so I feel like Fly goes one or two ways, right? It's like lane dominator or saving, healing, support type hero.
It just feels like that hero doesn't do enough. Like, they're all way too single target. You think about what a Phoenix gives you. AoE egg. Spirits on everyone. Sunray healing your entire team. Sunray during egg. Sunray after egg. Whereas Oracle's just very limited in comparison.
To add to that point, okay, seriously though, when was the last time Dazzle's support was a thing? How many years ago would you guess?
4, 5. Like, it was when OG still had Miracle and were winning majors.
Okay, so probably like
It's TF7.
Actually, a majority
5
of Fly's
seconds
time
remaining.
in Dota 2,
Mhm.
Dazzle support has actually not been a thing meta-wise.
Mhm.
It's still his most played hero.
Really?
Yeah.
We played a lot in Fnatic.
Yeah,
and
he played a
on
lot
OG.
in Fnatic. It was Dazzle all day, every day.
Evil geniuses turn to
Tidehunter is the swerve from Evil Geniuses. So you said you did not want to see another Bane. They actually pick up Ice Ice Ice's hero early here, which means we're not going to be seeing Lycan. Any thoughts on this Tide pickup?
10 seconds
'Cause
remaining.
doesn't like Phoenix do pretty decent
Yeah,
against Tide?
because we
Is
talked
the-
about it, I
5
think,
seconds
our
remaining.
first series where they slowed the Ravage in terms of its reaching its full radius, but it's now longer.
Yeah, it reaches out farther, but it's slower to get there.
Maybe just recognize, like, hey guys, let's just have some team fight. Like,
Yeah.
I could see a Naga Siren coming out later on just for the huge combination, and I do think that would benefit EG a bit. Like, a little too much required from like their playmate. It could also just be an Abed Tide for all we know.
Yeah. Any chance of support Tidehunter? That was seen a bit. Was it
Invictus
Tundra?
Gamers
Fada?
turn
Were
to
Fada?
ban.
Was Fada playing it at some point in time?
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere mid-season this last year it was being played a bit. Any chance of that coming back or no?
I think it's possible. I think Fly would do it. He's done it as 5 before, and he played it a bunch when he was offlaning for Secret.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're picking it
10
first two, it
seconds
kind of
remaining.
has to be because it's quite easy to pick a carry that has an incredible
5
time up
seconds
against you.
remaining.
So I think you need that lane versatility. But
Nyx Assassin against the Darkseer, Mana Burn, Carap.
OGs turn to ban. Pros turn to ban. OGs turn to pick.
Show, Ancient
Virtus
Apparition,
Pros turn to
Tiny. So how can they amplify Tiny? Lycan with the Aghanim Scepter.
Shame.
Anyone who can buy a Solar Crest. We
Shame.
saw
Ogre.
Invoker, Ogre. What else is there? Press the attack from Legion Commander.
10 seconds remaining.
Tiny. The beauty of Tiny is can be played at
5
multiple
seconds
roles.
remaining.
Can be mid. Can be off lane. Be off lane. Southeast Asian played it
Virtus
times.
Pros
It's
turn
played it
to
as
pick.
a position 5.
OGs turn
That's
to
a classic,
pick.
isn't it? VP Undying, but then into the Earth Spirit. They're picking up both of your supports early on, unless that Undying switches over to a core. Could
I heard
still
some
be.
stories, Gary.
So right.
Made
10
them dying.
seconds remaining.
Offlane I'm dying. We that one before.
5
but core
seconds
undying.
remaining.
The position 1 with Virtus Pro, you never know.
There's
OGs
whispers out there.
turn to ban.
Yeah, if you're bringing out Dawnbreaker pot, oh, there it is. You called it. Couldn't do this earlier on. Aghanim's Lycan. With that Helmet of the Overlord, get an Aghanim Scepter, and you bite the Tiny.
It's a lot of items, ton of gold that you need. But eventually, it's gonna come to
10
that.
seconds
Tiny is a
remaining.
hero that plays early game really well. If that's
5
option 1, which
seconds remaining. Virtus
can buy
Pros
time,
turn
while
to
Lycan,
ban.
it just does his own thing. Gets the creep with the helm, upgrades the helm, gets ancient creep, becomes even more annoying, so you need to start thinking about how to deal with Lycan. Tidehunter is also out. Counters in general.
Especially if you get that Thunderhide, what
10
is it,
seconds
75 attack
remaining.
speed for 8 seconds on a wolf-bitten Tiny,
5
slapping
seconds
people
remaining.
around. Does also potentially show 2 core heroes early on from OG. Good Virtus Pro aim towards a couple of these support heroes. What are you looking towards? Like a Snapfire maybe up against this Undying?
OGs turn to ban.
Kill off the Tombstone. Expect that. Clockwork recently.
Saxa plays him. Clockwork. one of the
Virtus
best
Pros,
ones.
turn to ban.
Does so many things. Super active early on, very annoying in your face.
Pretty good at tracking back. If Earth Spirit's roaming and rotating from lane to lane, Clock's pretty good at following that floating hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they don't latch onto any of the cores for early kills.
5 seconds remaining.
There's tons of options out there though. Lion, Snapfire. Nature's Prophet, something that OG have picked up in that support position too. Do move away from that
OGs,
potential of
turn to ban.
global presence though.
Virtus Pros, turn to ban.
Very fast bans, aren't they? Bristle, Bat, Timber.
I was thinking about tiny counters. See a lot of tiny being picked. We see a band. We might see some percentage-based damage. We might see Phoenix, something that
10 seconds remaining.
egg
Virtus
early on.
Pros,
Sunray.
turn to pick. OGs,
Well,
turn to pick.
Where-
Underlord and
Hey, where's that Necro? Because we saw him banned earlier on today, didn't we? There it comes.
also Timbersaw work well. Ton of pressure in the lane. You cannot kill him with tiny. You also put your spells, giving Timbersaw pretty much a free
10
game. So
seconds
I believe
remaining.
throughout this tournament, if there's a tiny, core tiny,
5 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw banned out by the tiny team, straight up picked up. Virtus Pro playing Radiant, 3 green heroes, please. 5 out of 5.
Who else have you got on your list?
Pagna,
Wind Ranger, Pugna. Nature's Prophet maybe is in there. Treant. I do like a bit of heal stacking as well. Undying, Necro, you got these heals building up. Throw a Treant in there as well. Unkillable. Well, OG have got to start showing
OGs,
something.
turn to pick.
Got these 2 beefy boys. There's the snap.
Snapfire you called, great against Undying, ton of damage. Necrophos,
It's always nice having a hero who can force the Ghost Shroud on Necro, right? Like we used to see Shadow Fiend, Batrider being
10
banned here would
seconds
have been
remaining.
nice as well, but someone who can either do physical damage to
5
force the
seconds
Shroud and then
remaining.
magic damage into it, like you go up to Necro, you little shredder. Oh, he's got a Ghost Shroud. Then you've got the Kisses and the Scatter Blaster. Burst through that green shroud of his.
Flash Rax. Another good
Virtus
hero. Maybe it's a
Pros,
bit of an
turn to pick.
overkill.
Spell against the Ghost Shroud.
Or Oracle. Dobson, Oracle mid.
I mean,
The
Sumail did it.
Spell Necro. And magical damage.
When was that? Was it when Sumail first joined
10
OG?
seconds
I'm trying to remember. He
Turn
definitely
to
played a
ban.
handful of games of mid
I also
Oracle.
remember Notail playing it mid.
Yeah, it's true. Definitely a possibility then. And VP stack even more heals. Back in with the Dawnbreaker. We're pretty sold with the position 1 Dawnbreaker, weren't we? But not necessarily the case here.
10 seconds remaining.
They can swap things around. Like Earth Spirit has been played on the mid lane. I think
5 seconds
ton of potential
remaining.
for it. Necro, very flexible. Can be mid, off lane.
Virtus Pros, turn to ban.
Respect for GPK.
OGs, turn to ban.
Tops and straight. It's like VP, maybe expecting Lycan 3, the tiny one. Again, we have seen
10
some Monkey 4.
seconds remaining.
The bootsless Monkey King roaming around the map.
5 seconds remaining.
Meets
OG has a lot of boxes checked. One thing that you need to think about is having enough to kill the tier 3. I think if Virtus Pro had like a different hero that could potentially just end the game early, would have made the difference. This case, Lycan Tiny, don't have to worry about it. Even Snapfire just lowering the armor tower works.
You think they've got enough stuns on OG? Cookie, Fortune's End, Avalanche Toss.
Virtus
Tiny
Pros,
provides you
turn to
with the
ban.
stun. You need Cookie, You have a root from Oracle.
Cookie onto a
OG's
shapeshifted
turn
unit.
to pick.
Right on top of hero. What's your final magical pick, hero?
Да нет, друг, я не оправдываюсь.
Парни, що ми надрафтили?
Oracle just completely necro. Cast point
10 seconds remaining.
long on necro ulti.
5 seconds remaining.
It puts the Fate Edict
Yeah,
on someone
there's
who
no damage.
negates it. Oracle does so well across the board against the Necro. And usually when that's the case, right, you have
Virtus
a
Pros
support hero
turn to
countering a
pick.
core. You'd like to shift the core hero into a support role so the countering doesn't matter so much, but you can't play 5, can you? Necro support's not going to work, is it?
Definitely not. I mean, everything's doable if you don't
Put your
wanna-
mind to
yeah,
it.
Exactly.
You now select your
Nature's
heroes.
Prophet rounds things out, so they do come back for a little more of that global presence.
And
Nightfall
more
DM.
green. Yeah, 4 out of 5 are green.
I guess Dawnbreaker's, you know, reflecting with the shiny
Reflecting
golden
from
stuff.
Necro, yeah.
Golden green. Nature's Prophet says golden green.
That counts as 2. That's 5 out of 5.
Hell yeah. So GPK mid Necro. Who's he going to be against then? The Tops and Clinks? Oh man.
Aura doesn't affect Links that much. He gets the levels. He's not affected by heals. And can harass Necro. Trades pretty well. Needs to be very careful about rotation. Spirit.
And he buys Maelstrom as well. Can you Burning Barrage into the Ghost Shroud?
Shame.
I guess it's not going to matter so much when you've got Fortune's End. But if you Burning Barrage, can you get Maelstrom procs? It's physical damage, but
That's a good question, Gary. I didn't get that email.
me neither.
I would say no. Maybe if like procs.
I would
on-
say
on a-
no, maybe.
No, I would say no.
Yes.
But if attack like a different target, pretty sure you.
The
probably
Maelstrom
get
will
the
bounce
proc.
back
Yeah,
onto
yeah.
him. Yeah, that makes. Still, this draft looks good. They've taken elements from Elephant, their own little spin on things as well. Taxa and No Tail on the Snapfire and the Oracle looking real hot. And I'm just really not sold on the GPK Necro up against a hard counter being a position 5.
Oracle just completely is that hero, so we'll see how that works. Also, doesn't strike me as a hero, GPK hero, because you don't move. This hero is super. Can't really move around the map.
He's one of the slugs.
Exactly.
Slug. A Seb is liking the chance for OG. Initiation. So we get ourselves underway.
Prepare for battle.
G. What are they at now? 5-0. That's pro 4-1. Game 2 here between the two squads. It looks like Virtus Pro want to try tap the dynamic themselves. Already smoking up and wandering across the map. Lycan Wolf, I think he got a little bit body blocked there.
He might have felt it.
Sometimes happens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, professional players do know.
And there's No Tail. Oh, he's popped the smoke. Is he gonna get rolled upon? No, save doesn't land it. Cookie disengages.
Got to use the stone remnant. Yeah, gotta save those stone remnants for later.
Best to last.
30 seconds.
They'll also hold on to that mid-tier 1, make sure there's no dewarding nonsense going on either. So Virtus Pro's first move, not paying off for them. Where are we putting these lanes? Seb down to bottom on the Lycan.
Feels good to be this good.
Assume Saxa. That Snapfire, so that's going to leave No Tail and Sumail towards top on that Oracle Tiny.
The battle
A
begins.
little bit risky to contest this top bounty rune though. Kingslayer, DM and save all around.
Yeah, you don't
Should just
fight
do the
against
2 for 2.
Undying. That's unwritten rule. Unless he's alone and you have vision of other 4 heroes.
That's when it's allowed. Observer Ward from VP. You're going to be scouting out any stacks that the Oracle's going to try and make. what is it? Save and DM top. This Earth Spirit and Nature's Prophet. Necro against Clinks. Nothing really unexpected here. Of course, Undying against the double strength heroes down at bottom. Should feel pretty good for VP, but it's Seb and Saxa already laying on the pressure towards this Dawnbreaker.
Gotta be careful playing against Undying as 2 strength heroes. Try to keep the distance. Saxa so far doing a good job.
So far, so good. Seb, some good damaging onto them though. Chipping away at their early regen. Force them to expend as much as possible. Cookie back towards the Undying. K's up in a couple of seconds. Seb bullied away from lane by the Kingslayer. Top of the roll in from Save, doing the exact same thing. Battling with Sumail. Force him to eat through those tangos. Braiding out effectively. I think mid lane is the interesting one for me. How does Clinks match up against Necrophos? Because 8 and 4 on GPK so far. Starting to dominate the lane, isn't he?
I thought Clinks is going to be able to trade a bit better, but Necro just playing on the high ground, having extra regen, killing the creep.
I guess 48 base damage against 62 base damage. The big difference between the 2 mid laners.
And GPK even bought a casual Ring of Protection because he knows that pretty much all physical damage.
Oh, Thompson can't really deny, can he? He'll get last hits here and there, but he can't really deny against the Necros. That's going to be always free regen for the Necrophos. Saxons are going to be dragging that wave full across down bottom. Nightfall and Kingslayer can do anything about this. Yeah, the wave reconnects itself. Still in a good spot though for OG. A little further back than VP would have liked. Such a nightmare laning against Undying though.
Especially with 2 strength heroes. Bit of a different build coming out from Seb than what we've seen.
And no sticks on either of them, right?
Yeah, did they get any sticks? He decided to go for Crown as a first item compared to Helm that we've seen in the previous series.
Curious choice. Nightfall gives it a go. Gonna attempt and succeed at any pull. That tempting. Wants the high 5, but I don't think No-Tail will give it to him. And again, peeking all the roll onto No-Tail. DM with the body blocks of the Treants, getting in front of the Oracle. Blanche means Mail will hold them back, and any kill attempt gets thwarted. Well, I want to peek in this mid lane again, man, because 29 and 12 is a ridiculous creep score against the 15-0 of Clinks.
It really is, but Thompson, like, he loses the lane, manages to come back. Needs to be a bit careful once Necro hits that level 6. Has a bottle, so can't pick up the water runes. Does not have a point in the Skeleton Walk yet. He will get the farm. Eventually, someone will stack the Ancients for him, stack the camps, some mail.
Even with the roll missing, they've got enough damage to get on top of the Tiny. Hey, just think about it, if Save had landed that roll, it would have been so much simpler. So Mail is a big kill for them to grab too, while GPK back into bully mode, chasing Thompson down. Might even be able to get a kill here. And Thompson, he's just been Reaper's Scythe. He's about to die. GPK, oh, he doesn't have mana for another. Oh man, Thompson.
Skeleton Walk.
30 health. Meanwhile, No-Tail dies up at top.
Tiny's having issues dealing with... Also, he's sitting at 0 armor, Blightstone. Reduces it to -2, so more than 26 damage, which is very nice. Good thing that Thompson did not die there. Adding extra 15 seconds on a death timer could be pretty big. Saxa, as a good bro, TP mid. Oh. Getting killed by Necro this early on as a core is just devastating.
Thankfully, it didn't
It's
happen.
like going to the toilet without pausing the game.
out of things completely. Yeah, we saw this in game 1 though, right? The lane domination of Sumail forced to avalanche. She's sprouted up and caught in the trees now. Save has run out of cooldown, so can't keep giving chase. They do have the salve to fall back on. What's his net worth now? 2,600 on the Necro. What kind of build do we expect from a mid Necro at this point?
He's going for power tread, so there's
no Greaves.
No Guardian Greaves.
Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on, Thompson. He's dead. Kingslayer's found him, and Sax has already spent his cookie. They scout the stack, so GPK is looking for that, but also hunting Sax's full little snapfire. They're TPing in everybody. Saves rolled in. DM's come. They want the mid-tier 1.
He's gonna die. I don't think DM needed to come, but if he summons the Treants, they can push some tower damage.
Looks like it's going to be, at least for now, a cloak and a 1 for GPK. He might be going to that Eternal Shroud build we've seen.
Structures are fortified.
Even that tier 1 tower now, bottom's being pressured. Another disgustingly brilliant laning phase from Virtus Pro.
Oh, Reaper Sight is ready.
Oh, they've got him. Down goes Seb.
Seconds. Level 4. Once again, Virtus Pro putting a ton of pressure on OG early on.
High five him, man. He's high fived, he's pinged you, and nightfall. That's just tragic, isn't it? Tier 1 tower still alive for now. OG are gonna have to sacrifice it though. Saxa might even get dived. Gonna jump to the Celestial Hammer. Just finish off the tower. Well, mid lane probably gonna be their next port of call. Swing from objective to objective.
Stacks were being taken away from GPK right now. He's just the enemy triangle. Ancients are stacked once. Tiny will need a way to come back into the game right now. In terms of CS, he's doing okay. Level 5, but needs to be able to farm up a bit more.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, if game 1 was anything to go by, this is going to be another 50-minute barnstormer of a match. Even though it's 6-0 with Virtus Pro. Dominating this laning stage, claiming, what, 2 tier 1 towers by 8 minutes. DD Rune spawn bottom, so they could probably swing up towards top and get that as well. This map is going to get smaller and smaller for OG every passing minute.
Seems like GPK will go for the casual Sange. I don't mind Kaya Sange, but also Heaven's Halberd is going to be amazing. You have 3 cores. I think it should be Heaven's Halberd because you are playing in against 3 cores who would rely on the
Triple Tombstone. Have they got reveal? They don't. They can't see him. He's just invis. Tombstone, Soul Rip heals it up a little bit, but Sax on top to make short work of it. And we're still building up to these timings. Seb has got the helm. Saxa, level 4 Snapfire, 9 minutes in. Cookies over the Ancients, but saving Kingslayer as they do Reaper Sight, no tail. While Saxa chased down by the Earth Spirit, who gives up on that for now.
Into Reaper Sight Oracle, he can't use his spells against you or stop the damage. Thompson, no boots. Something that we nail as well. Played it. Get that Maelstrom, try to farm up.
I'd love to see a heat map of Virtus Pro for the first 10 minutes of this game because it feels like it's all been this dire triangle. Playing incredibly aggressively on the dire side of the map. And Kingslayer body blocked very nicely by Sam. The Hellbear smashes in front of him. And the Chat Wheel Alliance comes straight after. It does mean, though, top lane completely wide open for DM. Pushing onto that tier 1.
OG will the buy time. I think Virtus Pro understands that they're so much stronger at the moment. They will have a really good timing on Orchid, so they can cut into backlines. Earth Spirit rolling in, silencing Oracle for a long period of time. Can't use his abilities. Fight with the 2. Keep putting the pressure out on the map. Another tower done.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
What's the chances Dawnbreaker goes for Radiance this game, Lacoste?
Oh, I think he's just gonna go Radiance this time around. I don't mind. You're playing the Mischance against Tiny, against Lycan, his units, against Clanks. I think it's a great Radiance game compared to the previous one.
Much better this time.
Oh, for sure.
See what he gets up to. I'm just wondering if it's one of those things, you know, he tried it game one, his team told him, no. Don't do it again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
VP rally themselves, prepare to fight down bottom, but Notel and Sumail, they've caught them unawares. They roll forward, catching out the Oracle, sprouting him. He's got himself a big edict, but that's not going to save him. No level 6 means no false promise. And OG, they lose Oracle, but get a tower.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Mail's switching his item build, trying to get a Blink Dagger first. I guess thinking is, oh, Dobson, Dawnbreaker, not fast enough. Even tipped him straight away.
Well, Undying on the wrong side of the map for himself.
I think the reason is Tiny queuing up a Blink Dagger is I feel they need to have like a real mid laner while Clanks becomes position 1.
Yeah. That makes sense. Thompson becomes more the position 1. Tiny shifts to 2. Then you start thinking about the scaling a little bit later on for Sumail. Because at some point in the next, 3-4 minutes, this Radiant team is going to start storming to...
Radiant are scanning.
Was that 4 bounty runes that were left over here?
Yep, no one was moving around. You said it. Wish we could see
a heat map, yeah. Kingslayer attempting to fight around save with an Earth Spirit ulti and the tombstone. It quickly drops for DM on a magical streak, finds to take down on Saxo while Sep. He's battling with save and cuts through the trees to escape from the Prophet. Well, look who's coming in from the back end. Okay, he wants Seb real bad. Thompson trying to finish off save, nearly finds it.
Save, nicely done, saves himself, the Urn of Shadows, just enough heal.
Dire Vision knows that save hasn't retreated yet, so Thompson's actually going to be able to lurk around and maybe find him. The one hidey hole that he's able to cut into, though, means the Spirit will not hunted.
Double rubble.
It feels like DM's having a pretty free game. 7,000 net worth. We've been praising the Dawnbreaker, the Necro, everyone else, but Nature's Prophet, top of the net worth right now with Orchid, and he's about a third of his way towards a BKB.
This is a scaling core. Necro also could afford to get items that are not mid items in case it's needed, because you know that you will get the damage from your offlane.
Sucks at no tail. They give away that they've got vision in the area, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Be surprised to see someone come and sentry that up. Kingslayer, there he is. Oh, he smokes under the vision. Mail holding high ground with his blink ready. GPK, he's got 1600 HP with strength shreds. Doesn't even pop his wand. Wrath of Nature bouncing forward. Sumail slowed down. The Ghost Shroud, but he blinks away. The Fate also there, but in comes Nightfall. The Dawnbreaker slaps down onto No Tail.
This time around, Radiance will be a bit delayed compared to the previous game, because you don't have Bounty Hunter, that extra goal coming up from the track. Dust.
Oh, hello. Dobson. The kick gets dodged. Gonna try and roll. He's got the Sprout, the TP there, but he's not getting out thanks to Save holding the roll until the last second possible. No high fives for you. Just the Reaper Scythe to the back of the head.
They wanted him. That's a level 2 Necro ulti. 25 seconds. Back in my days, Gary. Back in my days. Necro.
No buyback.
No buyback once he uses that. I believe that was tied to Ags, or was it just his ulti?
Oh, jeez, I can't remember now.
Powerful to ultimate.
Too long ago, man. Not too long ago. Well, OG making a move of their own. Mortimer's Kisses plus the Avalanche toss. Sumail, he debuts his Blink Dagger and picks off that big kill onto DM's Prophet. Mega kill streak and a lot of gold. 500 into the pockets of Sumail.
Clinks is not really a playmaker, so Tiny picked up a Blink Dagger. Still go back to Echo Saber. No Tail getting caught once again.
Yeah, it's forced out a Tombstone, and GBK is diving pretty deep here. Full HP No Tail, but there's no cavalry coming over the hills to save him. It looks like VP is still going to give up on it though.
As long as we stay
I mean, this is just some top tier stuff. His teammates need to dip him. But like 35 seconds.
It does mean False Promise is down for 100 seconds. Not sure how much that will matter though. Seb, silenced up top. DM and Nightfall pairing up, and in comes Sumail, rolled upon himself. Now the Magnetize and the Centaur stop. The neutral's coming into play as the Dawnbreaker Starbreaker. Catching him out will claim Sumail.
It's OG against Virtus Pro against the Centaur Conqueror. Would still die, but he helped out.
Every little helps. Really has become a game of buying time, cat and mouse for OG. But this series has been one of the rare times where OG, they are the mice. They're not the cats chasing, running, batting away at people. They are hiding, cowering, waiting for their time to sneak out of the woodwork.
Seb about to finish his Helm of the Overlord.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
GPK looking to finish off his Dagon. Hood, Kaya Sanj, Dagon queued. He knows what he wants to do. Kill the Oracle. A recipe away from Radiance. A pretty firm grasp on the mid and the top lane here from VP. Philosopher's Stone. Nice item there grabbed up as Saxa. Sprout cut through with a Quelling Blade on the Snapfire.
Gotta have it when you play against Nature's Prophet. And just out.
Interesting that GPK and Kingslayer don't care about the Snapfire escaping. They want to go into mid. They really want to kill No Tail. Yeah,
Ulti is available once again.
Promise, will it false promise? He turns back on the save, but Saxon kills him off. Reaper Sight there, not fast enough from the No Tail Oracle. Fade's eating himself, and he's starting to fall to play with as DM. Unable to silence him fast enough. The ulti comes from Oracle regardless, while Kingslayer has the help of Nightfall arriving, and the Starbreaker bursting through Seb. The final click not coming through in time. And Sumail with the Avatos combo. Kisses landing, lava gobbled up and spat towards VP. GPK is being hunted down now. Sumail, Seb, and he's searing arrows from Thompson. Another Avatos combo, and OG fight back.
This is exactly the fight that they needed. Even though it's still a 5k gold lead for Virtus Pro, they needed this big fight. No Tail's doing so much. Like, there's a reason why throughout the Dota history, you know, people were banning out the Oracle. Double damage is here. So Klinks can't pick it up. Bottle is available.
Go grab it. Maybe kill off this tier 1
Radiant's
mid.
middle tower is under attack.
But no.
They smoked under the ward.
Smoke down south. Seb does have this Helm of the Overlord, the longest tooltip in Dota 2 history. Especially now the Bloodstone one's gone.
Robo.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Radiant's
The Grovo
bottom
gonna go
tower
too.
is under attack.
Klinks
Radiant
found it, but
structures are
decides
fortified.
to keep Ring of Aquila. A bit more damage.
Oh, there was another one there for Starbreaker.
Dire's
Dawnbreaker as
top
well, I
tower
think.
is under attack.
Yeah, Prophet's going to have one.
Dire are scanning.
UPK, sat mid.
Dire's top tower is
Essence
under
Ring
attack.
adding to his repertoire of healing. But
Radiant's
OG
bottom tower is
opting
under
not to
attack.
respond. The aggression of VP. Thompson and No Tail in that mid lane up against Save. They roll onto the Clinks and they dust him up.
Radiant's bottom
Heals and the Fate's Edict in onto Thompson, but now he's disarmed, and that means GPK and Kingslayer, they're diving tier 3s. They're going into the OG base. They lose Save for the Reaper's Sight. Not enough damage. Doesn't kill Thompson, and No Tail with a save.
tower is under
Up the Clinks, and the turnaround from OG is here. Saxa aiming the Tombstone. GPK, he's got enough left in the tank to keep playing forward, and Nightfall with the Radiance damage burning through them all. no-tail, clears up the Oracle. They toss GBK onto him. This Necro, he's just got so much heal. Tops him with a DD though, bursting through them. Oh, and Sumail with a double kill. Slaps down Nightfall.
Is under attack.
I don't know if GBK can escape now. Oracle has returned. A counter to the Necro arrives, and Sumail gets a triple.
Oh man, Virtus Pro, we gotta give them credit.
Why? With down bottom! The cheeky devil taking barracks!
They dove tier 3 towers, even tier 4 towers, while, you know, Seb is just doing his own thing on the bottom, managed to take the tier 3 tower, and I don't think he's gonna be able to kill the melee barracks. If he focused the melee barracks straight away, he could have gotten it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But buyback from No-Tail, he was keeping alive.
As long as we stay
Fells were
positive,
not chained correctly. They were trying to silence the Oracle twice. Didn't manage to do so, and Oracle just, you know, keeping himself alive and keeping Clinks alive.
It feels like OG are just on another level. Virtus Pro, you know, potentially outplaying here and there, laning fading, spectacular. They're getting items, they're building up momentum, and then OG just make one move and undoes everything. The unraveling Virtus Pro's game plan.
There's still a tier 2 tower. They were almost, I think they got hit by tier 4 towers considering how deep they were. They thought that they can't die, you know, this is what Virtus Pro historically struggled with. A bit over-aggression. Necro's super tanky, but they also need damage so that the side actually kills him. And Oracle, Necrophos decided to upgrade the Death Seeker, get the shard. Very nice.
as long as we stay positive.
Forward the
we'll
magic
win.
resist.
You talking to me?
Where Seb is again. Down bottom we go,
Dire's
boys.
middle tower is under attack.
Let's finish off what we started. Half HP melee barracks, but Virtus Pro are getting ready for him. Nature's Prophet TP's in mid. Get some good damage onto the tier 2. Not going to be able to finish it off just yet though. Thanks to Thompson's positioning there.
Radiant's
Hello.
bottom barracks
The
are
roll
under
in from Save. Nightfall's coming in. The Dawnbreaker's arrived, but Save is dead. All the roll back. Not quite finished off just yet as the Mormon's Kiss is landing towards the Dawnbreaker while Kingslayer aims towards the Tiny. And that's the numbers advantage that Virtus Pro bring to the table.
GPK wanted that kill and some extra timer. Tiny's dead. This bottom lane is always going to be a problem because Seb will play there. You also have Clinks who can easily go there and just take the barracks. Got the shard, so that means Skeleton Wall creates 2 burning army skeletons and also getting closer to his Ags. Gonna be another problem. Still, maybe it's me, but I also have a feeling I'll keep forgetting that Dawnbreaker has a global ability. Every single time she uses ulti, I'm like, wow, I got surprised for a second.
Suddenly the Solar Guardian on those burning UV rays onto her opponents. Heals up her allies. My bad, missing out on that bottom lane where, you know, DM kills Saxa, but Seb gets the trade-off there. And he's closing in on that Aghanim Scepter that we were talking about in the draft, right? The ability to buff up this Tiny.
It might be Clinks that he's buffing up this time. Because Tiny's really not that far. We'll see how it goes. It's still gonna be good. He has a shard for himself, so doesn't need to use the tree grab.
He's still pretty far forward here, allowing Nightfall and Save to toy with him, rolling back and forth. But it's just attention being brought bottom, a lane that VP don't want to be in, as they're forced to defend over and over again. And it does leave them a little bit isolated in the mid lane. Fortune's End comes, the tombstone dropped by Kingslayer will hold OG back for now.
This shard from Necro, a lot of value. Using it on
Dire's middle
enemies,
tower has been denied.
using the magic resist, and they're becoming inferior. They cannot attack.
There's no BKB on the Clinks or the Lycan. At least not for another 400 gold on Sumail.
This might be mistake. Thompson, like you upgraded your treants, that's very good, but you're also giving Clinks a ton of damage and HP. Look at him, sitting at almost 400 and 3.4k HP.
It feels good.
The amount of damage. Look at that, shreds through the creep waves. This game has been so action-packed, 25 minutes of brawling. We've not seen an attempt at Roshan yet. It will be started now by VP though. Into the pit, while OG don't really have a way across the map.
They're playing the bottom part of the map, trying to maybe finish off that barracks they started some time ago.
Radiant are strong.
Well, that's not what you like to see. GPK with an arcane rune. Well, doesn't
Glimmer
finish him
gate.
off. The glimmer, yeah, you're right. Arcane rune though, so cool down.
But this kind of a build deals damage, even if using just the burning army, getting out of the skeleton walk with the shard, still gonna be a ton of damage.
There's just spam. There's stuff on the floor. Lycan units, burning army, skeletons, all sorts of nonsense. There's Tombstone on the enemy team with Treants as well, but looks like that Undying getting dispatched with very quickly to this wolf-bitten Tiny. And now again, a position where OG can actually move forward and play aggressively.
Bitten Tiny has 1,000 crit with the cleave from the 3 grab.
Oh!
The sound is very satisfying. They also have a Solar Crest to buff up any carries they want to use it on.
And again, we get to see this Tiny with a Fey Grenade. 3 minutes 40 seconds left on that Aegis for Nightfall.
Grenade sounds very good item on certain. It provides vision, so any of the invis units gonna be good. Tiny or Earthshaker, Totem, amazing.
I should. Time for VP to group up, get some use out of this Aegis. Got their lanes in a pretty decent place right now, but the roll in from Save starts things off. The high ground to silence, perfectly placed. The Fate Edict nearly saves Thompson, but they've got enough physical damage to rip through it regardless. While Seven Saxa, they're on the run back to their high ground. No Oracle for a minute now, while Sumail gets bitten. Lycanthropy has turned him into a wolf. The big bad boy has come as the kisses come landing and collapsing onto GPK, but Nightfall, he's in the back lines. Avalanche tossed and killed. The first life gone with the Aegis claimed up. Sprouted Seb, the Lycan's caught, but in comes Sumail. Oh my god! Through, saves Earth Spirit so quickly, and Nightfall, he's got to run. VP can't battle that kind of physical damage.
Oh, they had to use the buyback on Dobson. Still, no vision on the high ground.
Going back in. He's got a BKB. Oh, he's going to try
he's out.
TP. Nightfall spends the Solar Guardian.
Oh, these two teams are playing some really entertaining Dota. Using the Tombstone on the high ground where there was no vision. It was pretty much the full duration Tombstone. Earth Spirit was about to die and then pops a smoke just to keep himself alive from the burning army.
Lacoste.
I mean, they did a good job. Earth Spirit did a very nice silence on the Oracle, which means that Necro can use ulti. They will need to like either stay further behind or Glimmer possibly.
Oh, they know there's no BKB. Oh, Sumail, can they save him with the Glimmer and the Cookie? Here comes the Oracle, full front to save anything to stop Sumail from dying. I don't know if they can get the job done though. With this, they can!
At the last second.
No tail keeps him up and running. Now the toss back in. Thompson arriving. The damage shreds through GPK and OG hold. They defend their tier 2. And the Lycan, the double wolf, the wolf pack is coming.
Oh, Dobson.
7 Thompson in onto Kingslayer. Undying will be your 3rd casualty for VP as OG stamped their mark on this game.
Oh, this is like the double wolf.
Look at him, he's going. He's gonna get him. Save. Oh, the block on there.
Right in
roll
front of
across, kicks him away, but Save
Burning
still
barrage.
gonna get caught out. No, he rolls to the right.
It's just not enough damage at this point, but Dobson's still chasing, trying to find him. Scan,
Dire
connect.
are
Dire also
scanning.
using a scan, both scan. Actually connecting.
They're going to find him. Go on, Thompson. You know you want it. You're hungry for it. He sees the path cut and carved through the trees, but the Ghost Scepter, it's there and it defends him against everything.
Ghost Scepter, one of the items, so let's see who decides to get the nullifier. It seems like it's gonna be Seb, because they're definitely gonna need it. Like Silenced Oracle. Look at this. Half second later,
Can't believe it.
he dies. I mean, Sumail still died, but managed to get some damage. Got a good stun off. GPK just melts if he uses a Ghost Shroud.
I don't know, man. It's the TI grand final quality teams right here.
And strategies. We've ways to buff up your carry. Wolf Bite, Solar Crest. You name it, just have an Oracle behind him.
OG, thirsty for blood, but under a VP ward. Tombstone ready. Save, aiming, angling and targeting towards anyone he can roll on. Won't find OG yet. Retreating to their side. Triangle high ground is where they'll be for now. And a gem on Earth Spirit means Thompson's escape wasn't quite as simple as he would have liked.
Also a gem on Oracles. Like, to get gem as fast as possible in most scenarios. Lycan, Blinks. You can't smoke. Wolves are gonna be super annoying all the time, revealing your position. Being able to get rid of the wards. Closer to level 25. Still level 20. Also closer to Scotty. That's gonna be a one. Necro and Undying.
Spot Thompson clearing that mid-wave. Smoke will come to naught though. And we still have at least a minute and a half wait until Roshan. Virtus Pro cutting mid, pushing top, preparing themselves for the push onto high ground. But again, divert our eyes to bottom lane. This is Seb's home.
Virtus Pro's getting ready.
This is where he's built up. Nice push into the melee rack. Save, rolling straight onto Oracle. Stunning no-tail, Fortune's in there and holding the false promise. Still has a blink to play with. And OG, full retreat mode. Reverse gear and get the hell out of here. Sumail aiming for DM and that damage is absolutely insane. Cleaved and crit in twain while Nightfall is nearly dead to the skeleton army. They'll try and heal him up with GPK. Sumail's going diving in deep and he gets a double. DM buys back, but OG have the BKBs. Melee rack still standing. Little wolf boy, savvy boy, gets himself back to low ground, and OG, they reset, recalibrate, and rethink what they want to do. Melee barracks is what they'll claim. And now,
Dawnbreaker try to turn around, use Satanic, but Wolf just too powerful.
DM bought back.
DM bought back.
Can they fight?
Almost managed to kill the tower. Cookie on Oracle. Usually you don't see that very aggressive. Roshan may respawn in 10 seconds. We're gonna take the outpost back. This is a big, big fight. Kingslayer bought back. Same goes for DM.
The Roshan time alike, because there is a double damage rune right outside.
Minute 15 seconds.
DD.
They want to give it to
Sumail.
Tiny.
DD.
Solar Crest. Shard. DD Tiny. That is bitten.
Smoke.
But is fully vaccinated. Can get rabies.
Very good. Waiting for Roche. Under hide inside. Bonus damage. A little bit nuts.
Glimmer Cape, Solar
Here he comes.
Crest,
Here he
DD.
comes.
Whatever he finds, that just straight up dies.
Oh, 1600! Okay!
Stay positive.
Wait, another one? Another one? Nah, DM's gone. Save is gone. Jeez Louise, but that's now 1 minute with no one dying.
This is too powerful. I mean, not
Here
sure.
comes VP. Roll on to Thompson. Reaper slides in. Thompson's still alive. Where's the save? No! False promise. Cookie's too late. Thompson down for 2 minutes.
No-tail was not close enough. He was on a different side of the map. Dawnbreaker hit level 25, 2-star breaker charges, has a shard on top of it, so that means magic immunity Starbreaker. Roshan is up. Dobson, no buyback for 20 seconds, and also needs gold for it.
And they've got to defend top lane as well. DM has shoved that in wonderfully. So OG's attention moved across the map, and Saxa rolled upon by Save. Now 2 heroes short, and it looks like No-Tail's going to get burst down as well.
Oh man, I love this game. Just back and forth this whole series. You don't know what's gonna happen, and teams playing for fun, it seems.
Hey, looking at buybacks now, Tiny and Earthspirit, the only 2 with it. Everyone's been spending their money for big items or buying back non-stop. 25 to 24. Net worth difference, sod all, there's nothing in it. Dead even game, but this second Roshan could be what makes the big difference between these 2 teams here in game 2.
That's a shard. Undying does not have a shard, and also Earthspirit does not have a shard.
Immortality.
Earthspirit shard's a bit garbage, isn't it?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it makes Magnetize more powerful, you get more stones.
I guess so. Don't know, man. Undying shard. Just the cooldown. Too green for Kingslayer.
Cooldown plus a zombie.
Hello, Save. He's walked into death's door here. Looks like a Sumail is in all form and BKB. Nightfall with that Solar Guardian moves forward with another blow on GPK. They've got the way to burst through. And the Ghost Shroud's gone. I mean, Sumail finds the crits. Now Nightfall's the one in trouble. BKB at the ready with a Satanic 2. Zombies are chasing them all across the map. And Kingslayer, another nullifier from Seb means his life is cut short. And Nightfall. He's Satanic up, but Sumail just keeps on chasing. No-Tail now comes in. And this poor Dawnbreaker.
You can't even BKB TP out.
The wolf is at your door. Saxa's here. Spider legs are good. Cookie not landing. Nightfall escaping. Celestial Hammer gets a bit of distance. She's not allowed to escape this. OG won't allow it. They're still trying to close the gap, but they've got to give up.
For the buildings. That fight without clings, and they just straight up won it. Tiny, insane amount of attack speed coming up from the Moon Shard, the Solar Crest, the Frenzy, also from the Ancient Thunderhide.
Whiff out from VP as it looked like Topson was hunting for DM. Aegis on the next Prophet. No, they didn't have buyback. Sumail needs saving here. Fate's Edict, but holding the false promise. No-Tail waiting and
save.
biding his time.
Key, 4-stab, plus Oracle.
Oh, Sumail's gone in with the Amatos combo. Trying to chase the Nightfall, but the Satanic Starbreaker keeps her up and running. Kingslayer leave. There we go. Slap him down. Undying's gone. 45 seconds without him, and the tier 3 is crumbling.
The cleavage too powerful with Tiny.
Nightfall, he's just gone straight into his own demise. Buyback's available, but GPK's in trouble now. Enormous kisses, long-range artillery landing on his head. Oh, the silence on Sumail. They've got still. It's No-Tail Oracle in behind, but they're safe. Catching with a stun of the silence. Look for the Oracle and kill him off. Now there's no false promise, so TP's required out from OG. GPK, Reaper Sight is there.
Gone for minute and 25 seconds. Buybacks had to be used. Oracle did not want to buy back there, so they need to defend. Man, what is this serious? Just
Radiant are scanning.
so much stuff happening. Like we have
It's 2 Rams just bashing heads together.
Flank's gone still for 2 minutes. Buyback is available in that engagement. Did
Gold for
pop
me.
the BKB?
You know what the funniest thing to me is?
No.
Prophet still has Aegis. After all these fights, Prophet still has Aegis. Jeez Louise. I mean, this is just OG scrambling to TP out, escape and run as quick as they can, but GPK with that Reaper's Sight, shutting the door on him all mid lane. Back into the game, saved down to half HP. He's E-bladed, goes up himself. Nightfall chasing Saxa. Sumail has killed off GPK on the left side of the fight, while the snapback found by Nightfall ends in a 1-for-1. But it's a buyback from Thompson and a double kill for Tiny. He's got 5,000 HP, Moonshard and DM. Oh, Can they stun him? Anything to stop the BKB TP?
He tried to go for it. Toss the tree. Gotti on Tiny. I don't think I've ever saw that item.
Scardy on Tiny. Oh, he's holding that little crit in his backpack as well.
Once that becomes a big crit, it goes into inventory. You eat the moon shard.
Yeah. Welcome to the danger zone. DM playing a very risky game up here. Oh, I saw that. Will create a couple of greater treants, quickly removed from the game by Thompson. We knew this was going to happen, Lukov.
Yeah, I mean, we predicted it at the start.
50-minute game.
Casual. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. If I'm not talking a lot, sometimes I forget I'm an actual.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, this is I should say something, but you know, I'm just sitting there chilling, enjoying good Dota.
Every once in a while, I look up and I just see Lukov staring longingly, longingly at the screen.
Radiant's
To my
top
one
tower
true love.
is under attack.
Ascetics cap. Not something Seb wants. Sends it all the way back.
Dire are scared.
Nash.
Oracle with the Psychic Headband, can keep the distance, trying to farm up Eon this, which is gonna keep him alive. Status resist. Alive so he can keep others alive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
DD rune.
Careful not to show, like, one Nature's Prophet ulti, it could proc Eon.
How many times have we seen DD rune spawn
DD
top?
is there.
It's all it's
top tower
permanent.
exists.
Permanent fixture. Thompson. Oh dear. Oh dear. There's the Reaper's side.
160.
160 seconds. And OG, they're still going to look to fight even without their Thompson clicks. Sumail's there, but not enough damage to bring down Nightfall. A DD Dawnbreaker. Turning and hitting into the Lycan creeps. Seb, Sumail in the pit, but GBK has so much heal. Gets the Ghost Shroud off, and there's nothing to stop him now. Sumail trapped in the Sprout. And he's gone for 100.
Buyback is available for Sumail. Still very surprised they decided to take a fight. It was a double damage Dawnbreaker. No tell.
Give him the high five. Nightfall picks up a killing spree. 2 heroes dead with buyback on OG. Virtus Pro in the driving seat potentially now. Seb, scouted, found by DM. Silenced up with no BKB, he's gonna go and try for the TP. Yeah, easily makes it home.
Black Dragon, easy 2 gold. Top of it. Also trying to go for Satanic.
Is this where VP can end the game though, Lacoste?
Dire's middle tower is under
Clinks
attack.
is dead, still for 86 seconds.
Dire's structures
Go tier
are
4s and end. OG, hold that idea for a couple of seconds. Live expended. Nightfall loses about half of his HP. As the Satanic though. As OG look to mount their defense of this mid lane, tier 3 or tier 4's under attack. The onslaught's coming from Virtus Pro. But the big bad Wolfie, he's biting people, and Sumail's in onto DM, and the BKB though allows him to stand his ground and stay alive, while Notel forced to false promise himself. Cookie off to the right hand side, but Virtus Pro, they're giving chase. They know they have the numbers advantage now inside the OG base. And there we go. GBK picks up Notel and forces the buyback.
30 seconds, still without Clinks.
Tier 4s are falling, but is it fast enough? OG are throwing everything they can at VP at this point. Cookie, kisses, tiny avatars. The combo up safe, but it's just not enough. GBK grabs the double. Sumail's down and out. There is no more action for OG to have here. Virtus Pro in a 5v2. Grab up that tier 4, but no. The creep wave, they need save to bring it into the base. GBK, he chases in, Sansa down again. Ultimate GBK, and VP.
Thompson.
I don't know if Thompson can do this, man. Look up, it's over. Thompson's down and out. Virtus Pro finally have cracked it.
game. He was dead for too long. Like, Thompson spent the almost full 3 minutes dead after he was Reaper-sided in that fight.
And Seb trying as best he can with a nullifier and whatever he can dish out of EP. But a massive GPK Necro shuts the door on OG and they tie things up 1-1. The most exciting draw in all of gaming's history.
Yeah, he could have done whatever he wanted. You know, for those 3 minutes, go to the toilet, check social media, see what's up, you know, try to think of something away